Welcome to my house. Welcome to the Structure Talk podcast, a production of Structure Tech Home Inspections. My name is Reuben Saltzman. I'm your host, alongside building science geek Tessa Murry. We help home inspectors up their game through education, and we help homeowners to be better stewards of their houses. We've been keeping it real on this podcast since 2019, and we are also the #1 home inspection podcast in the world, according to my mom. Welcome back to the Structure Talk podcast. Tessa, how you doing today? What's new?
Hey, good afternoon, Reuben. Not much. Can't complain. I will say, on a personal note, I found out that I have really high cholesterol recently. So I'm gonna have to talk to you about what you did recently with your change in diet. I don't know if that had to do with cholesterol on your part, but I know that you switched around what you were eating and you made a big difference in your health, didn't you?
Cholesterol was the driver. That was
Really?
the one metric I was really after. And as soon as I changed my diet, I cut my cholesterol numbers in half within 2 months.
You're kidding. Okay, well, I've been tracking my cholesterol yearly for like the last 3 or 4 years, and it keeps going up and up and up. And my cholesterol is like 252. My bad cholesterol is like 149. But my good cholesterol is high as well. So that helps. The doctor is not telling me to go on like statins or meds immediately, but I've got a little bit of time where I can intervene and apparently, according to them, change my diet, exercise more, and lose weight.
You lose weight? Are you kidding me, Tess? I just saw you last week. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going into territory I shouldn't go into, but
well, let's just say, okay, so I'm a pretty healthy weight, as most people would probably recognize. So I don't know if weight loss is going to be the cure. This is a genetic issue. My dad had the same thing. He tried changing his diet in the 30s and in his 40s, and then he went on meds in his 40s. So, and he's skinny as a rail. So it's just, I need your advice, Reuben. I'm going to have to talk to you. Can I eat eggs, though? That's what I want to know, because I love eggs so much. And I think there's conflicting information out there. Are they bad? Are they good? What do I do?
I am not the authority. I'm not the expert. I have no idea. I will give you the book that I read.
Well, you cut your cholesterol in half in 2 months, so I might as well try it.
Yeah. And I've stuck with it. I mean, here we are. I'm like, I don't know, maybe 16 months into this new diet, and I'm sticking with it. I think this is what I'll be doing for life. So,
and you're feeling good.
Yeah. The book, again, if anybody missed our podcast where we mentioned it, was called The China Study.
The China Study?
The China Study. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. That's that was a crazy, crazy transformative book for me. So check it out.
Before that, were you doing like keto and paleo? I can't remember.
A touch of that. I'd toy around with kind of going paleo stuff, and I'd eat around that diet, but it was never 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to dive into it, and I'll keep you people posted.
I want you to read it, and I want you to read the whole thing, though. You got to read the whole thing. It's a thick book. There's a lot of data, but
really,
I don't know how it could not change your mind.
I'm more of a Cliff Note person, but okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll do it.
You got to read it all. All right.
Okay, well, sorry that I took that down a rabbit hole.
No,
Reuben,
it's okay.
What's the what are we talking about today?
Well, today, we got a short show. This is like a 15-minute show today, maybe. I wanted to, before I get into it though, shout out to our sponsors, IEB, Inspector Empire Builder. Fantastic resource for any home inspector who wants advice and coaching on running their business, whether it's a one-man or one-woman shop, or you've got a team of 50 inspectors. You will find a fantastic community of people who are more than willing to give advice. We share stuff openly. Love IEB. I will have a link to them in the show notes. But as far as our topic goes today, Tess, this is just kind of a quick follow-up. We've done a number of podcasts about water heaters recently. We had my plumber friend Tim on the show, Tim Hammock, with Paul Bunyan Plumbing. super knowledgeable guy. I grilled him on water heaters, and we talked about water heater maintenance. And he said one of the most important things that they do is replacing the anode rod on a water heater. And he talked about how they install powered anode rods. It's this thing that plugs into the wall. It doesn't have any metal that gets eaten up. It just uses black magic to prevent your tank from corroding. I don't know exactly how it works, but he says it works. So I thought, okay, I'm totally convinced. I'm gonna have to try this myself, and I ended up. I couldn't do it. You know, I think I talked on the show a couple of weeks ago where I used a socket wrench and I couldn't do it. I put a big bar on the end of my socket wrench and tried to crank this anode rod out of my water heater, and everything started twisting. The pipes started kind of deforming. Couldn't do that. I used an impact driver. I've got a nice Milwaukee M18 18-volt brushless impact driver. Couldn't get it to budge using that thing. And he said, you need an impact wrench. And, you know, Milwaukee impact wrenches, they're like $300 for the tool alone. I thought, I'm not buying one of those. But then come Black Friday, I happen to notice Home Depot has the tool for $200 with a battery kit. Normally sells for like $450 or something. And I went, this is less than half price. I have to do it. I bought it. I sold the battery kit to somebody on Facebook Marketplace for $75, bringing my total investment down to $125. And I got myself a new toy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I got the impact driver and I put it on there and it came out like butter. I mean, there was nothing to it. It was like child's play. So I loosened I removed the anode rod on my water heater. My water heater is 4 years old, and the anode rod was completely depleted. There was nothing left save for a wire stick. That was it. So
oh my gosh.
I got it. I pulled it out, 4 years old, and I said, okay, this was worth it. And I removed the wire stick. I installed one of those powered anode rods. And now I will report back in a decade, and I'll let you know how this worked.
Oh my God. So I know you, Reuben, now that you have this new tool, you're not going to wait a decade to check this thing. You're going to be checking it like what, monthly?
Well, there's
at
nothing
least
else
annually.
to check. Now, with this powered anode rod, it's not a sacrificial anode rod where it depletes. It's just this thing that sends an electrical charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got to find, very interesting. Okay, so it's got a 10-year warranty on it then?
20-year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
can I ask, did you buy this anode rod from just like a home, like a regular store that anybody can go to and get it, or did you have to get it from a special supplier?
I got it on Amazon. The name of it was called Coral Protect, as in short for corrosion protect.
Okay.
But it's PROTEC. I just Googled powered anode rod, and it was the first thing that came up, and it had a lot of really good reviews. So,
wait, how much does it cost?
$160.
Wow. What?
Yeah, not cheap.
That's a smart investment, I think. If you can get, an extra 10 years out of your water heater up there in Maple Grove,
it does that,
why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. But we'll wait and see. So we'll revisit this, but the point is I had a 4-year-old water heater, anode rod was completely gone, and now I'm on a mission to have everybody at Structure Tech borrow my tool and check their own anode rods. I already went over to my dad's house. We checked his. His was a 9-year-old water heater in St. Louis Park, and he didn't even have a wire stick remaining. His was completely gone. So he installed a powered anode rod in his water heater, and I'm going to make the rounds with everybody on the team. So
fascinating.
Yep.
There's going to be an exciting blog with lots of data in it after this, I think.
I hope so. I hope so. Yep.
Here's a quick question for you. Do they make mini ones so you can have a little on-demand water heater and not have flooding issues anymore?
Tessa, that would be great, but no, they don't. The anode rod, you need to take the whole thing apart to get at it. So unfortunately, no. But that would be great if they did.
Little mini ones. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, so what you're gonna have to find other uses for this special tool you have now, Reuben. You've made it to 40 something years of your life without it. Now it's changed your life. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna start changing car tires, and that's the only other thing I can think of. Sorry.
Okay, I was wondering what other uses that tool has, because if you've made it this long, you don't have one, then you probably don't really need one.
I don't really need one, but Tessa, let me ask you this: would you rather have one and not need it, or need it and not have it? There, I gotcha. You can't argue with that logic.
I'd rather know someone who has one. There you go.
Well, you know me, Tess. The only problem is you live in Red Wing now.
It's true. It's true. And I rent. So there's that.
There is that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had today. Tess, anything else going on in your world? How is the home diagnostics and inspections going for you?
Yeah. So it's really interesting. I've had some different people reach out recently, and I'm going to be going out to someone's house who has had problems with ice dams in the past, and they've done their due diligence trying to figure out ways to stop the ice dams. They recently had a new roof put on, and after talking to different contractors, they decided to go with a metal roof so they didn't have issues with water intrusion anymore.
Yeah.
And they did a special roof decking where they made sure they had proper ventilation under the whole roof deck and everything. I don't know all the details yet, but they put on this new roof, and this is the first winter that they've lived in the house with this roof, and he's noticing condensation forming underneath in the attic space now, that they never used to have problems up there before this metal roof. And so the first cold snap we had this winter so far, he's having new and different moisture issues, and he's trying to figure out what's going on and what do I do about it. So that should be an interesting one.
Well, I'm anxious to hear how that turns out. We need to circle back on that and figure out what you find.
Stay tuned. Yeah. Stay tuned.
But like I promised, this was going to be a short podcast, very short one. If anyone's got any questions, any thoughts on their own anode rods, if you've done this yourself, I'd love to hear how long your own has lasted for. And I'm going to be compiling a lot of data on this and sharing it. So please email us. Our email is podcast@structuretech.com. I am Reuben Saltzman for Tessa Murry, signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Later.